The Historic House Trust of New York City welcomes you to the Van Cortlandt House in the Bronx.
Good afternoon. My name is Augustus Van Cortlandt, and I want to welcome you to my brother's plantation in the town of Lower Yonkers, sometimes referred to as the Bronx. This is the oldest existing house within the Bronx. And if you follow me, you could come on inside. As you can see, we have ample floor space here to do many types of colonial dances. For instance, there's a lady over here opposite me. I will take her hand. We turn around once. Then we switch hands, turn around, and go back the way we were. My name is Michael Grillo, and I am a museum educator here at the Van Cortlandt House. I started out in museum education primarily as a hobby. It always intrigued me to make my own clothing. I have 12 different outfits, a few different personas that I do throughout the city. Sometimes I portray Augustus Van Cortlandt. Augustus was the younger brother of James Van Cortlandt, who owned this house upon the death of their father, Frederick Van Cortlandt, who built the house in 1748. Augustus had a different view of the American Revolution. He happened to have been a New York loyalist. He was the last city clerk. Over here at the end of the walkway, on the other side of this gate, is part of one of the oldest roads in New York, the Albany Post Road, which would lead you down to New York City and all the way up to what is the capital today of Albany. So if you were visiting the Van Cortlandts or visiting my family back in the 18th century, this is the road you would take, and it probably would have taken you 6 to 8 hours to arrive up here from the city. I wouldn't be surprised if 200 years from now you have a museum in New York City, and say it's called a museum of an apartment complex, condo, or co-op, whatever you want to call it. And there you are, you see an interpreter dressed in early 21st century clothing, giving the same type of tour you would get here at this house. Only difference is you're going to see the things from the 21st century. You go into a child's room, instead of seeing a trundle bed and a four-poster bed inside, you might see a bunk bed. And in the corner, you're not going to see a dollhouse, you might see a laptop computer or a Game Boy. Once these houses are gone, once these historic sites disappear, they're not coming back. A lot of New York City, a lot of colonial New York City doesn't exist for us anymore, except for maybe 2 or 3 few buildings that are on Manhattan Island. There's not much at all. We may have the original street names if you go down to Lower Manhattan that stretch all the way back to the late 1600s, but pretty much everything else is gone.
Historic House Trust of New York City is a not-for-profit organization operating in tandem with the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation. Their mission is to provide support for houses that span 350 years of New York City history. These treasures reside within city parks and are all open to the public. For more information about the Historic House Trust and each of the member houses, visit historichousetrust.org. This presentation has been brought to you by the History Channel.